Dear students, welcome to this video lecture on phonetic symbols and sounds in English language. In my previous lecture, I have discussed the 20 vowel sounds in British received pronunciation, and in this particular lecture, I shall concentrate only on the consonant sounds. Let me mention once again that in British received pronunciation, there are 24 consonant sounds. So, without much delay, let us start discussing the 24 consonant sounds in British received pronunciation. As far as the classification of the 24 consonant sounds are concerned, do keep in mind that there are three important aspects that you need to keep in mind. The first of all is the place of articulation. The next is the manner of articulation. And the third aspect is whether the sound is a voiced sound or a voiceless sound. Now, what is this place of articulation? Now, students, unlike the vowel sounds, the consonant sounds, when they are articulated or when they are pronounced, there is always an obstruction in the oral cavity. Either there is a closure or else there is a narrowing that takes place inside the oral cavity involving different organs of articulation. So, place of articulation means the place where the narrowing or the closure takes place. Manner of articulation means what is the style or what is the kind of closure, what is the kind of narrowing, that is the manner of articulation. And the third important aspect that you need to keep in mind is whether the consonant sound is a voiced sound or a voiceless sound. Now, students, as far as voiced sounds are concerned, do keep in mind that when the vocal cords vibrate, it is known as a voiced sound. And when the vocal cords do not vibrate, then we say that the sound is a voiceless sound. For instance, if we take two examples like the consonant sound p and the consonant sound b, the p sound is a voiceless sound and the b sound is a voiced sound. If you touch your throat here and you articulate the sound p and then you articulate the sound b, you can feel the difference. There is vibration of the vocal cords as far as the b sound is concerned, and this is hence a voiceless sound. So, place of articulation, the manner of articulation, and the next important aspect as far as the classification of consonant sounds is concerned is whether the sound is a voiced sound or a voiceless sound. Now, dear students, as far as the place of articulation is concerned, that is where the closure or the narrowing takes place. What is the place? So, we can classify the consonant sounds as bilabial, labiodental, dental consonant sounds, alveolar, post-alveolar, palato-alveolar, palatal, velar and glottal. Now, as far as bilabial consonant sounds are concerned, this involves the two lips. This involves the two lips. That is, for instance, a bilabial sound like b. So, the articulation of these two sounds, it involves the two lips and hence it is bilabial. Labiodental, for instance, the sound f, v. Labiodental, which means that the lower lip and the upper teeth is involved as far as the articulation of f and v sounds are concerned. The lower lip and the upper teeth. Dental, when the tip of the tongue touches the teeth, the upper teeth, it is known as a dental consonant sound. For instance, the sound th, as in thank you. Alveolar, it involves the alveolar ridge. Post-alveolar, it involves the portion of the alveolar ridge which is backside of the alveolar ridge. Palato-alveolar, it involves the palate, hard palate as well as the alveolar ridge. Palatal, which means that it involves the hard palate. Velar, velar sounds are when the back part of the tongue, for instance, k, g. These sounds are velar sounds. When the back part of the tongue is raised against the soft palate. I repeat, when the back part of the tongue is raised against the soft palate, it is known as velar. Glottal, which involves vibration in the vocal cords. For instance, h. This is the glottal sound, consonant sound. So, dear students, as far as the place of articulation is concerned, we can have bilabial consonant sounds, labiodental, dental, alveolar, post-alveolar and such. After the place of articulation, let me now, dear students, discuss the manner of articulation. So, this is the next important aspect as far as the classification of the consonant sounds are concerned. That is, the 24 consonant sounds in British received pronunciation is concerned. Now, the very first category is the plosive category. Now, dear students, when two organs of articulation, they are in complete contact with each other, and when the air pressure builds up, and when the two organs of articulation, they part with an explosion, and hence the term plosive. For instance, we have 6 plosive sounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The first one is the p sound, as in pin, pen. The next plosive sound is the b sound, as in bat, ball. The next plosive sound is the t sound, as in tall, tin. This is the d sound, as in dog, doll. This is the k sound, as in kite, king. This is the g sound, as in god, goat. So, the 6 plosive sounds are p, b, t, d, k and g. As far as the place of articulation is concerned, for instance, this is bilabial. It involves the 2 lips, p, b, and you can, when you articulate p and b, you can see how exactly, there is an explosive sound, because 2 organs of articulation, they are in complete contact with each other, and when the air pressure, it builds up, and then when the 2 organs of articulation, here the 2 lips, they part with an explosion. P, b, and this is t, d. These are, as far as the place of articulation is concerned, these are alveolar, okay, consonant sounds. K, g, these are the, as far as place is concerned, velar. Now, the next category is affricates. As far as affricate sounds are concerned, students, there are only 2 affricate sounds, ch and j. I repeat, ch as in church, chalk, chocolate, chamber, j as in judge, jug, jungle, jump. So, when 2 organs of articulation, they are in complete touch, and then slowly they part, they slowly part. This is the affricate category. So, there are just 2 sounds, ch and j. The next category is the fricative. Now, dear students, when 2 organs of articulation, they come other, and when the air stream, the air that comes out from our lungs, it passes between the two organs of articulation, then what happens is that it creates friction. And for that reason, this particular category is termed as the fricatives. So we have 9 fricative sounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the first one is f. F. It's a labiodental consonant sound. As I have already said that as far as the place of articulation is concerned, it involves both f and v. It involves the lower lip and the upper teeth. I repeat, the lower lip and the upper teeth. F, v, f, v. You can feel the friction while you articulate. F, the, as in thank you. The, as in this, that, these, those. I repeat, the, s, z, as in sun, sin, z, as in zoo, zinc, sh, as in shine, shoe, zh, as in measure, pleasure, treasure, h, as in heart, him, her, f, as in fan, fin, v, as in van, victory. So dear students, these are the 9 fricative sounds. I repeat once again. F, v, f, the, s, z, sh, zh, and the last one is h. Now, as far as the nasals are concerned, there are 3 nasal sounds. There are 3 consonant sounds which are coming under the category nasals. Now, what happens, how nasal sounds are actually, produced? When the soft palate is lowered, then the air that comes out from our lungs, then what happens is that it passes through our nasal cavity. I repeat, when the soft palate is lowered, the air passes out through our nasal cavity, and it's known as the nasal sound. Alright? Unlike the other sounds like plosives and affricates and fricatives, these are all passing through our oral cavity. And so if you hold your nostrils tight in this manner, you can't articulate these sounds. Because the air has to come out through your nostrils. So it is impossible to articulate these 3 consonant sounds if you happen to close your nostrils tight. The first one is the m sound, as in man, moon. The next is the n sound, as in noon, nine, nice. And the last one is the ng. Alright, I repeat, ng. For example, in words wherever there is ng combination, mostly, for example, song, long, hang, alright, we have the ng sound. Alright, I repeat, m, n and ng. M, n and ng, as in long, hang, song, sing. Alright, the last sound is the ng sound. The next category is the lateral sound. So after the nasal category, we have the lateral. Now what is lateral? When there is a contact in the middle and when the air passes through the 2 sides, it is known as lateral. For example, the l sound. If you articulate and see that there is a contact in the middle and the air, as you articulate l, it passes through the 2 sides. The air passes through the 2 sides and hence it is lateral. So the l sound as in life, long, live, love. Alright, this is the lateral sound. Now, the last category is the semi-vowels, and why they are known as semi-vowels? There are 3. Let me first of all mention w, r and y. I repeat, w as in wall, was, r as in rat, rich, y as in yet, yes, yell, Alright, so these are the 3 semi-vowels. They are known as semi-vowels because as far as their manner of articulation is concerned, they are articulated without much obstruction. Just like, the vowel sounds. When we articulate w, r, y, there is no contact or there is no closure or narrowing that takes place. So it has characteristics similar to the vowel sounds. And as far as you see their position in words are concerned, for example, wet. Alright, this particular position is the position of actually consonants, as in cat, for example, cat. This position and this position, that is the initial and the final, it is usually occupied by the consonants, and the middle position is usually occupied by the vowel sounds. So as far as their positioning in words, it is concerned, so it is categorized as a consonant sound. So they have some characteristics of vowel sounds and some characteristics of consonant sounds, so hence they are known as semi-vowels. So students, we have discussed the 24, let us once count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 and 24. So as far as the consonant sounds are concerned, there are 24 consonant sounds in British received pronunciation. The correct articulation, let me once again discuss, it is pa, ba, ta, da, ka, ga, cha, ja, fa, va, tha, the, sa, za, sha, ja, ha, ma, na, la, wa, ra, ya. So we are done with the 24 consonant sounds. So dear students, I hope this particular video lecture, as far as the 24 consonant sounds in British received pronunciation is concerned, will help you to some extent in identifying the 24 consonant sounds along with their phonetic symbols. Hope to come up with more such videos. Thanks for watching.